Hey, I'm John. Most days you'll find me with a little bit of dirt on my hands and a little bit of sauce on my shirt. Let's jump in. We're gonna make some sauces today, 4 of them to be precise. So these sauces today are gonna be these 4. Tzatziki, avocado, cilantro, lime, chipotle. They're all super delicious, super simple. I'm excited to share these with you today. Let's do this. So we're gonna start with the tzatziki sauce. At its base, we've got the Greek yogurt. It's classic, it's beautiful. And the next most prominent and most needed flavor is the great cucumber. It's super simple. You can use whatever cucumbers you have. One of the goals that I have is to just use the stuff I have here at my house. I might go get this or that occasionally, but what I'm building and what I'm creating with you guys is what I've got here. So we've got a normal cucumber. You can use an English one if you want. If you want to get weird and use an Armenian one, you do you. I'm gonna just stick to my classic ones. In addition to that, we got some lemon. We got a little bit of garlic. We got, of course, gotta have the olive oil. Got some salt, pepper, and some dill. It's just at the end of the dill season, and I went to the wrong store, so I don't have any fresh ones. So today we get to use some of this lovely dried stuff. It's gonna be great. So let's get started with this. So to start out, we've gotta get our cucumber prepped. We're only gonna use about 1/3 of the cucumber. So let's go ahead and chop off the ends and take about 1/3 of this. I'm also gonna just cut off a little bit of the edges because as much as I love the skin of cucumbers, it's really not my favorite. We're gonna grate this cucumber and we're just going to get it as fine as we can. All right, we're gonna call that good for now on the cucumber. We're just gonna let it drain a little bit. Just gonna squeeze a little bit more of the juice out of this. So once I got that out, we're gonna see all this deliciousness right there. Let's get a zoom in on that. Yes. I'm gonna keep a little bit of this liquid just because you never know. You might want a little bit thinner consistency. All right, so we want about a cup's worth of Greek yogurt. And let's flush this out a little. At its base, again, we've got our Greek yogurt and we got our cucumber. Once we got those 2 things, the dish is half done. And I'm just gonna give this a little bit of mix in there just to get it started. Next, we've got a couple of cloves of garlic and some lemon. Garlic, as I said, is one of my absolute favorites. If I had to rate anything in my kitchen as my favorite thing to have in any food, it's garlic. We just moved down here to Utah a few months back, and last fall I had in my garden, I had planted about 55 heads of garlic so that I could enjoy it for the season. Then my wife and I decided we're gonna move. So here we are without my own garlic. I have some friends at church who gave me some garlic seed garlic to grow this year, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm grateful for them. All right, I got my garlic all chopped up, and we're just gonna toss it in for a minute. All right, next, we're gonna take half of this lemon, and we're gonna put it in. This is, of course, gonna be very much on a taste level, so you're gonna have to taste this as you go. I mean, that's part of cooking, right? You get to taste whatever you're making. And we're gonna take a little dash, about a tablespoon, somewhere between a teaspoon and a tablespoon of olive oil. And last but not least, we gotta get our spices in here. We're gonna add a little bit of dill. Dill, we're looking for about a teaspoon. If you're going dry, if you want a little bit more, great. Of course, you gotta have a little bit of pepper and a good amount of salt to even things out. And we're just gonna mix the crap out of this. Once I'm happy with the texture, the consistency of it, then we're gonna just give it a little taste. And that's looking all right so far. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that cucumber juice just because it's a little thicker than what I want right now. And we're gonna give this a taste. Now this is my sauce, I'm gonna use my fingers. All right. It's not bad. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. And honestly, it needs a little bit more dill. All right, let's taste this one more time. All right, I can be happy with that. All right, once we've got it, we're gonna throw this in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and we're gonna call the tzatziki done. All right, sauce number 2. We're gonna make this avocado cilantro lime. It's gonna be delicious. So we're gonna start, of course, with the ingredients. Got our classic Greek yogurt. Gonna start there every time. Got our lime, got our cilantro, got an avocado, got 2 more over there just in case this one's a dud. And 1 clove of garlic. It's a big size clove, so we're probably okay with this one. So let's get started with the base of this. I've got my mini food processor here. We're going to use about a half a cup of this Greek yogurt. Only want to use about a half a cup for this time around, mostly because there's going to be a lot of creaminess that's thrown in with the avocado when you cut that in as well. So let's start this out with just a little bit of cilantro though. Go through, pick some stuff out that you don't want, like those 2 things. It's not that they're bad, it's just they're not good. I'm gonna take about a handful's worth of, and found a 3rd one, love it. A small handful of cilantro. I personally love cilantro, so the more I have of it, the better. Now, we're gonna throw this in the food processor, this little one here. So we don't really need a fine chop or dice on this, but we're just gonna put a little bit in there. And the same goes for our garlic. I'm not even gonna cut it. All right, we're gonna pop the avocado in, and we're gonna add a little bit of lime to start. Gonna add a quick dash of salt, because that's, to me, one of the last things you always add. And we're just gonna start mixing again. I want more lime. And just a tad more salt. All right, a little bit more lime. Let's just use this whole lime today. Oh, that's the stuff. Just that little bit extra lime kicks it over the top. And that, my friends, is our sauce. So you're probably asking, what does everyday harvest with John mean? Well, to put it out there, I love food, whether that means growing it, whether that means cooking it, and I definitely love eating it. Hence, you can see my profile in a lot of those shots. And to me, there's nothing better than sharing what I have, my knowledge, my experience. I've got no professional training, but I cook at home every day, and I like things that taste good. You can ask my wife. She loves it when I'm the one cooking, because first off, she's not cooking, and then it means it's good. So some of the things that we're gonna go over in this channel is cooking, just like we did today. Some of it's going to be more so in what's happening in my garden. As I said, I just moved here a few months back. I have to restart everything. We got here just in time to be able to plant a couple things. By a couple things, meaning more than most people tend to grow if they're not into gardening. A couple tomatoes, a couple peppers, a couple flowers, a couple herbs, the good stuff. And so we're gonna just share what's happening with all of those things, whether that's cooking the food, eating the food, making the food, and we're definitely gonna get some dirt on our hands and a lot of sauce on our shirt during this process. So thanks for joining us, and let's make this last sauce. All right, our 3rd sauce for today is going to be that chipotle sauce. It's, again, one of my favorites. I've been using it for years, and it's honestly super simple. You can use it on whatever you want, whether you're making a burrito, it tastes great. Whether you're making a sandwich, it tastes great. We're gonna do a breakfast sandwich with it later. But these are all that you need. Got your Greek yogurt, got some minced garlic already. Get a jar or a can, whatever you want, some chipotle sauce and some chipotles and some adobo sauce. Got salt, a little bit of onion powder, some cumin, great addition for this. A little bit of pepper, and of course a little bit of olive oil with it. So we're gonna start out with a jar, because this is ultimately where I'm gonna put all of these things. with our Greek yogurt. We're gonna take about 3 to 4 good-sized scoops here, because let's be honest, I'm gonna use this. This is all the sauces that we're making today is the one that will last the longest. Next, we're gonna throw in a couple tablespoons of these chipotle peppers with the adobo sauce. It's great if you can find the actual large pieces of pepper in there, but just 2 to 3 small tablespoons are going to be great. Sometimes you're gonna get some of the sauces that have bigger pieces, and those are great. I love using those. Or you can just stick to the ones that are diced, like this one. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of salt. I know, out of order. This should be the last, as I said earlier. A little bit of onion powder. I love onion, so we're gonna throw it in there. A couple dashes of cumin. And last but not least, a tad bit of pepper. Oh, you can smell that cumin coming in. It's just great. And just a tad bit of pepper. And a little bit of olive oil just to add some flavor. With that being said, let's mix this sucker. And let's try this. Ooh, it's missing something. You know what it is? The garlic. Oh yeah, there's that garlic. Now, my friends, is our chipotle sauce for today. All right, guys, that's it. Those are our 4 sauces we're going with today. We got our chipotle, we got our avocado cilantro lime, we got our tzatziki, as well as our creamy marinara. They're all delicious. They're great for so many different things. Mix and match them, make the meal that you want to have. Because at the end of the day, cooking is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be exciting, something new every time, or at least feels like a new every time. Like I said, I make rice bowls with basically about any of these, and they're all delicious with it. So again, feel free to make a mess, make a sauce or two, and it's okay to be messy in the kitchen. Thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. See you next time. Keep it messy and keep it tasty.